Good morning, children. Children, we are doing the chapter of accounting for partnership firm fundamentals nowadays. In continuation with this topic, we are going to do today the subtopic of past adjustment. Now, past adjustment basically means adjustment after closing the books of accounts. I think you all are able to recall the chapter of rectification of errors which we did in class 11. In that chapter, when we used to do the errors, then in that case we never used to change our profit and loss account or balance sheet which we have already prepared. So we used to pass a rectification entry. I hope you all remember rectification entries, trial balance and rectification of errors. On the same grounds, this subtopic will be handled. Here we are committing some errors, maybe that the profits have been by mistake distributed in a wrong ratio, maybe that the accountant has forgotten to give the interest on capital or charge interest on drawings. So certain errors are being committed. So we have to learn how to rectify those errors by passing a single adjustment entry. Now, meaning of past adjustment: when after closing of books of accounts for a financial year, it is discovered that some provisions of the partnership deed are omitted to be observed, like interest on capital not paid, or salary not paid, or commission not paid, or interest on drawings not charged, or profit distributed in some wrong ratio. That means all the provisions of the partnership deed are omitted to be observed, or there is some error. Then partners want that there should not be any changes in the financial statements, and they want that a single adjustment entry should be passed to rectify all those errors. So we are going to learn the process of framing this single adjustment entry in this session. Let us start and find out what different possibilities are there, what type of errors can be committed. We have converted them into cases, various cases of errors. Let's study what different type of errors can be there. Now, cases of past adjustment. First is case is that omission of interest on capital. Omission means we have missed it, we have not paid. Second, omission of interest on capital when closing capital balances are given. You all know that interest on capital is provided on the opening capital. So in case the question is providing you with the closing capital, then you are supposed to calculate the opening capital first. And you all are familiar with this process. You've done it in class 11, where we used to calculate opening capital through the given closing capital by adding back the drawings and subtracting the net profit. Right? So that process will be using once again. Third case, crediting the interest on capital at a higher rate. Say for example, we are supposed to give the interest on capital at the rate of 10%, but we have given 12% in place of 10%. Then fourth case, crediting interest on capital at a lower rate. Lower rate means we were supposed to give 10%, but by mistake we have given 8%. So 2% less have been given. Then omission of interest on drawing. We are supposed to charge interest on drawing and the accountant has forgotten to do that. So that is fifth case. Sixth case, multiple omission means more than one omission. Many of the provisions of partnership deed accountant has forgotten to observe. Then multiple omission with wrong profit sharing ratio. There are multiple omission also. Then the profit sharing ratio afterwards also is not being properly used. And the last case, change in profit sharing ratio with the retrospective effect. In this session, children, we are going to cover the first 4 cases. Let us start with these cases one by one. First example, that is omission of interest on capital. Let's read the question very carefully. Gupta and Sareen are partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. Please note the important and the highlighted points. These partners are sharing profit in the ratio of 3:2. Their fixed capitals are Gupta 2 lakh and Sareen 3 lakh. Note the point that they are having fixed capital. So whatever adjustment we have to do, we'll be doing it by using current accounts of the partners. That rule you all must remember. After the accounts for the year are prepared, it is discovered that interest on capital at the rate of 10% per annum, as provided in the partnership agreement, has not been credited in the capital accounts of partner before the distribution of the profit. That means the accountant had omitted the interest on capital. So record adjustment entry to rectify the error. Again, note the important point. Profit sharing ratio is 3:2. Fixed capitals of Gupta and Sareen are 2 lakh and 3 lakh, and interest on capital which is omitted is 10% per annum. Right? Now let us see how to solve this problem. First, we'll be making our working notes where we will be calculating the interest on capitals of the partners. For Gupta, the capital was 2 lakh. So, 10% of that comes out to be 20,000. For Sareen, the capital was 3 lakh. 10% of which comes out to be 30,000. So, that means this was the interest payable to them, which should have been appearing on the credit side of partner's capital account. But remember children, if we pay them interest on capital, the second aspect of this issue is that interest on capital is an expense for the firm. If expense of the firm will rise, then in that case it will be considered as a loss for the business. And whatever are the losses of the business, they again belong to the partners. So the total of interest on capital becomes a loss and it should be debited to the partner. And if it is to be debited to the partner, the debit will be made in profit sharing ratio. This thing is based on our dual aspect principle. That means interest on capital on one hand is income for the partner. On the other hand, it is a loss to the firm. So, amount of interest on capital is credited to the partner and the total of interest divided in the profit sharing ratio is to be debited to the partners. Let us see how we are going to give effect to it. See the table showing adjustment. Amount of interest on capital to be credited. For Gupta, 20,000. For Sareen, 30,000. So there is a total of 50,000. Total amount is 50,000. Now, amount actually being credited, which is now to be debited to them. That means this 50,000 will be divided in the profit sharing ratio. The loss profit sharing ratio was 3:2. So 50,000 divided in the ratio of 3:2 comes out to be 30,000 and 20,000 respectively. This is clear? Now we will move on vertically. We will see the column of Gupta first. Gupta needs a credit of 20,000 and then the debit is 30,000. See, there is a net effect of 10,000 debit. Then Sareen, he has to get the credit of 30,000 and a debit of 20,000. Then the net effect is 10,000 credit. See the word debit and credit, and then we can easily frame the entry. Gupta's current account debit to Sareen's current account. Right? Reason? Current account, why it is used? Because the capitals were fixed. So as the capitals were fixed, so we'll be using the current account. So the adjustment entry is Gupta's current account debit to Sareen's current account 10,000. So omission of interest on capital rectified. I hope case 1 is clear. Now case 2 with some added feature. And the added feature is that in this case will be given the closing capital balances and we are supposed to calculate the opening balances of capital. So case 2, when interest on capital is omitted and closing capital balances are given. Let's read the question very carefully. A and B are partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2 as at 31st March 2020. Notice the ratio, it is 3:2. Now, capitals were A 60,000, B 20,000. Notice that the question is not saying that they are fixed capitals. They are normal fluctuating capital accounts. Profits rupees 30,000 for the year ended 31st March 2020 was divided between the partners without allowing interest on capital at the rate of 10% per annum. Then during the year, A withdrew rupees 10,000 and B withdrew rupees 20,000. Pass necessary adjustment journal entry to show your workings clearly. Now, prima facie it seems that it is similar to the previous question. But please do note that the capitals are given on 31st March 2020, which is the closing date. So, closing capitals are given and we are familiar with the rule that interest on capital is provided on opening capitals. So, one added step is there, that is the calculation of opening capital balances. Let us see the points very carefully. Closing capitals are 60,000, 20,000. The profit already credited 30,000 in the ratio of 3:2. It has been given, which should be subtracted. And the drawings of 10,000 for A, 20,000 for B. These two should be added back in the calculation of opening capital. Let us see how we have solved it. So step 1, calculation of opening capital. We'll start with the closing capital of both the partners, which is 60,000 and 20,000. Less profits already credited to them. Remember, profits were 30,000 divided in the ratio of 3:2. 18,000 and 12,000 will be subtracted, right? Then add drawings already debited to them, 10,000 and 20,000. So their capital in the beginning of the year, opening capital balances are for A 52,000, for B 28,000, right? So we have done our additional working note. Now we will be showing the table where the adjustments will be made. 10% interest on capital being omitted on 52,000 and 28,000. Now, table showing adjustment. See, first we'll be calculating amount to be credited, means the IOC to be given to the partners. 5,200 to A, 10% of 52,000. 2,800 to B, 10% of 28,000. The total of which comes out to be 8,000. But as we all remember the rule, IOC is basically a sort of loss or expense for the firm's point of view. So now this loss will be debited to them, but now this time this 8,000 will be divided in the profit sharing ratio of 3:2. So 48,000 for A and then 32,000 for B. For finding the final entry, we will be moving vertically. A, amount of credit to be given 5,200, debit 4,800. So the net result is a credit of 400. Now let's move on to B. For B, amount of credit is 2,800. Amount of debit is 3,200. So there is a final debit of 400. So now let's frame the entry. It should be B's capital account debit to A's capital account. Why I am saying capital account? Because in this case, the capitals were not fixed. So B's capital account debit to A's capital account 400. Omission of interest on capital rectified. So we have finished up to case 2. In our next video, we'll be doing 2 more cases of past adjustment. Thank you, children.